Hey there everyone. So I recently got a request to do a versus video, my Kirby versus my Mila twist. And I will be doing that, but I got kind of the idea to do an update on my Kirby Avalir at the same time. So, and the main reason is because yesterday I was cleaning up my oven. We had an oven fire recently, and it was nothing big. It was just a flame in there. But we had to put some baking soda on it. Tried to use water but couldn't find any. Just kidding. So, I used my Kirby with the same bag in it since January when I bought the thing, or not bought the thing, when I got the thing from a friend, brand new, because she was a Kirby salesman and she had some that she planned to give away to people, but she was moving recently and she just wanted to get rid of them, so she gave me one brand new. So that's how I got my Kirby. Woo! That's the type of people, that's those connections that you want. But anyway, so same bag in it all summer long, and no, my Kirby is not my daily driver. It's not my daily driver. I don't use it even every week, not even every 2 weeks. But it had quite a bit of junk in it, and I have replaced the belt how many times? Maybe 2 or 3. One most recently, I think it might have been a lemon belt because it didn't last very long before it started to stretch out. So that was kind of a bummer. But the belts on these are very inexpensive. I only use genuine Micron Magic Kirby bags, the cloth ones. I don't know if the cloth ones are the only Micron Magic, but I buy them from my local vacuum store, and I just changed the bag in it for the first time yesterday. So it has a fresh bag in it. I did use it to vacuum my house quick, but my Roombas my Roomba and my Neato had already went through, and I used my Oric Conquer earlier in the day, but we'll just get like random little flecks of stuff on the floor that throughout the day, and I just felt like cleaning again. So one thing that I would say I don't like about my Kirby is this up here. Right here on the cord, when you wrap the cord and then when you go to take the cord off the vacuum, the power cord always gets stuck in here in the same spot. So what I did was I took a belt and I just hang it there, and I wrap my cord over top of the belt. So everything releases well. I don't have to try and pull the cord out from there because it's a cord spot to be able to put it, but it's always stuck there. I always hold the cord when I'm vacuuming, and there's already like a design that goes up, and you can see the cord right there pops out the back because it already has clips that the cord hangs on through the handle. So that's that. Now the other thing is, this is not the newest Kirby anymore. They actually make a Kirby that has a red tie that holds the bag onto the emptor, and a red upper bag thing. It's the same color as the Kirby emblem and your handle selector down there. And the wheels, I don't know if the wheels themselves or just the rubber pieces on the wheels are also bright fire engine red. But it's still an Avalir. It still has the other black accented pieces here and there. And of course, it's the same machine. They just changed some cheap pieces on it that you can honestly change your Kirby Avalir to look like too. So it's not like they did a huge overhaul of the machine by any means. So I figured I would do a quick cleanup. People have their Kirbys for decades and they still clean the same way, or at least they still have the ability to clean the same way, but a lot of people don't change the brushes on them. They don't keep the belts changed regularly. Even when your belt is still churning just fine, they still stretch out. And one of my tips, which is not new by me or anyone that really has dealt with a Kirby for a while, if you're not going to use your Kirby like every couple days, I would recommend turning the belt off so it's not constantly being stretched on the vacuum. but at the same time, it's really not going to make that much of a difference, because when you do turn the belt off, it's being suspended on a hook anyway, so it's kind of being stretched. So really the only way to keep your Kirby belt from not being stretched when it doesn't need to be is by taking the whole front end of the vacuum off and then turning the belt to the on position, because then it will just be sitting down on what it thinks is the motor post there that drives the belt, but that's kind of a pain. So I still kind of leave it on, still kind of leave it off. I feel like I've had better luck by leaving the belt in the off position, but again, at the same time, it's still stretching it. So, but it's not going to stretch it in the same way that the post is, which may be good or may be bad. So you can get experimental with it, see what works best for you. I mean, I still recommend trying something, that way you're not going through a bunch of Kirby belts, but sometimes it's inevitable, especially with a machine like this. So, other than that, though, I just polished my Kirby today with Meguiar's or Mother's mag and aluminum wheel polish. It comes in a little tub, probably like as big around as like the bottom of a soda can, like the lip of the bottom, not the whole actual soda can. But it's about that big, and I'd say it's probably a couple ounces. It's a small can. And you just take a cloth, you put some on the cloth, and you just rub it in, I'd say, a good circular pattern. You don't want to make marks on your Kirby. Aluminum is very easy to destroy because it's bendy. Aluminum's like one of the, it can be imperfected, or it can get blemishes very easily. So be very careful with it. But I would say probably doing that once a month, because it oxidizes very quickly. But that polish should help protect it. So, I'm going to do a quick little bit of an agitation so you guys can see. I originally tried rice, but if you know your stuff when it comes to a Kirby, they adjust pretty much to the surface. So it doesn't really clean the rice up very easily. It kind of snow plows it. It keeps it to the front of the vacuum, rather than shooting it like forward or back. When you pull backwards, it will kind of leave a line, but it's because of the way that the Kirby cleans. And a Sanitaire will do the same thing, another really well-known deep cleaner. So I'll turn it on, I'll go up close, and then I'll put this camera kind of standing up so you can kind of see the vacuum going around. that is the Kirby in action. I'll pick it up so you can really see how well it did. It really, really, really pulls everything back to the way that it should be when I'm using this vacuum in here. It's really a rejuvenator for most carpets. Now you could see it will pull this carpet off the floor because it's not tacked down. I mean, this isn't carpeting, this is an area rug. But it does a phenomenal job cleaning the carpets in this house. Low pile, high pile. That's the reason why I like a vacuum that can be adjusted, because there are some out there that just do not get close enough, or they say they're self-adjusting, but they don't. They only clean on one setting all the time, just like my Hoover Platinum. That's why I don't really use it. It only does well in this room and in my bedroom. That's it. The low pile carpets, it doesn't really touch them at all. So there's one other cool thing that I really wanted to show. And I'm going to have to just grab some more oatmeal. I planned to do this a while ago when I first figured this out, or saw this. And this is a good reason to invest in a Kirby, because it cleans very well, especially up against your baseboards and things. So if you're cleaning up against your baseboards, this is a really cool thing that the Kirby does. Now, they didn't design it to do this, but it's so powerful that it does. So I will turn the Kirby on. Show you something really quick. Now, the Kirby didn't suck that in. What it did was it just kind of pulled it to the other side of the carpet. Now, you may think, oh, well, that's not, a good feature. That's terrible. Why is it doing that? So I want to point out by showing you that is, I didn't have the vacuum riding over the edge of the carpet so it could suck them in. Of course, any vacuum could do that. I had it riding along the seam of the carpet here. You got to remember, I mean, it's an aluminum housing, so you have to add an additional, I don't know, fingernails width or two in, because the brush isn't right there. The suction isn't right there. So even though I had it riding right along this edge, it was actually only cleaning to about here because of the base plate and things. But that's the type of power that you get with a Kirby. This is still the same thickness. An area rug is just a bound piece of carpeting, and your dirt's not going to go through the what do they call it? The padding of the carpet, like the underneath the, what do you want to call that stuff? What goes underneath the carpet? I guess it's called carpet padding. There's a special word for it, I think, but maybe I'm right. But you can see that that's where all that stuff went, was underneath the carpet, because the Kirby will pull it along, and if it was a smaller piece, it'd go right through the back, like salt or powders and stuff like that. So it will clean through your carpets. There are vacuums out there that cannot do that, because the power that it's generating is right there behind the fan, or behind the brush. So keep that in mind if you're looking into a Kirby, or if you don't think that they're very powerful. They really are. They just aren't going to be able to pick up those big pieces without a little bit of help, because they don't clean with like holes in the front. They adjust to the carpet that it's cleaning. So if you have questions or comments or enjoyed the video, please comment, like, and subscribe.